So we'll be continuing to see if two graphs are isomorphic. So first I'm going to import NetworkX as NX. And I'm going to create a graph G as. So do you observe this graph here? Now I'm going to draw another one, nx.draw. Now, do you see these two graphs here? Are these graphs isomorphic is the question. Of course, they are isomorphic. I'm going to import NetworkX as NX. And I'm going to create a graph G as a complete graph now. Complete graph on, let's say, 50 nodes. And I'm going to create another graph H again on 50 nodes itself. Let's say a complete graph on 50 nodes. Another 50 node graph G and H. So these two are the graphs. Now I'm going to draw both of them using the circular draw, using the circular layout. You must be familiar with what are layouts, right? We have seen that in the previous videos. So I have given circular layout for G. So do you observe this graph here? Now I'm going to draw another one, nx.draw, let's say spectral, for this graph H. Now, do you see these two graphs here? Are these graphs isomorphic is the question. Of course, they are isomorphic. Let us see. Is nx dot is isomorphic G and H. G comma H. It is coming true. They are isomorphic. Why? So I'm going to clear the screen now and we'll be continuing. I'm going to now create a random graph G.nx, GNM, random graph on say 15 nodes and 15 edges. Now this has got loaded, right? Let us see nx.draw G. You see, this is a 15 node graph with 15 edges. Let us draw it again. You see, we have obtained another graph, right? Now let me write the graph. Instead of G, let me name it as H here, right? With the same 15 nodes and 15 edges. And let me draw H. So, do you observe this H and this G? Let us see if they are isomorphic. nx dot is isomorphic G and H. It says false. Do you see why? Though the number of vertices and the number of edges in these two graphs happens to be 15, the graph is still not isomorphic. Because the degree sequence is not the same. You see, here there is an isolated vertex. But here, you see there are 4 vertices, though there are 2 components in both the graphs, G and H. And hence, these two graphs are not isomorphic. So you can create such random graphs and check if these two graphs are isomorphic. You may not always get that 2 random graphs are isomorphic on the same number of nodes and edges.